Welcome to this mod catch-up video on Farming Simulator 22 with me, MrSealyp. I'm doing a bit of a mod catch-up. Sorry for the delay on a couple of these. I had a bit of a hectic Friday and then a hectic yesterday. We only had 2 mods on Friday. We had the Screw Conveyor by Pycel and the TopliftStaja And Trentsysteme By BM Modding and Wopster. Then yesterday, Monday the 3rd of October, we only had the Case IH Patriot 350 by Connect Modding, Agro, Tonho and Rodrigo Alandia. So what I thought, I was waiting because I thought we'll get a build up and I'll do one hit. So I've only got 3 really to look at. In front of me we've got the Screw Conveyor, this by Pycel. As I just said, 3.47 megabytes download, 3 slots on console. There is a note that goes with this because you can get into it and you start the engine. If you want this to keep running, it's better to turn off automatic engine startup. I know a lot of people run it. The thing is, I never mention it because it's not. I always have mine turned off. So I have to get into a vehicle, turn the engine off, turn it on, turn it off, so you can leave it running. So if ever if you're new to the game, if you're ever in a machine, you're doing something and you get out and you want it to keep running, but it keeps turning off, it's probably that. You need to turn off automatic engine start, and you'll find that in the menus. He says, isn't it? Oh, there you go. Automatic engine start, on or off. So if you've got it on, you get into a vehicle and the engine will start up automatically. You jump out, turns off automatically. If you turn it off, you have to manually turn the engine on and off yourself, but it does mean you can get out of a vehicle and you can leave it running because you haven't turned it off. Just for anyone that's new that isn't aware. So this you'll find under tools, under belt systems. It's only £6 It will do regular crop types. Doesn't do potatoes, sugar beets, sugar cane, anything like that. But it'll do your regular crops. I was going to say cereal crops, but you've got soybean, sunflower, corn in there as well. I suppose technically. We can have it as a 5 metre or a 6.5. Design colour changes the end cap. Second design colour changes the tube, the auger itself. And then the third design colour changes the framework underneath. Then rim colour. We've got a chrome, grey, white or black option on there. Those are your choices. So what we'll do, get into the vehicle itself, start the engine. Now at the moment, I had it folded, but it comes like that, with this out at the bottom, so you can hook up to trailers and you can drag it around wherever you want to go, which is great. So when you get into it, you'll put that away. Engine is on. You can drive it, so for better manoeuvrability. It only goes 3 miles an hour, so you don't really want to be buying this and driving it out to a field, but that's what the trailer hitch is for. So we can manoeuvre it so we get it exactly where we want it. I've gone for the 6.5. We have got the raise crane arm, so it comes fully up. We can bring it up and down depending on the height of whatever it is we're putting into, like so. And then we turn it on. And you see top left, it goes from white to blue to show that it's turned on. So it should now, when I tip, fingers crossed. I don't want to overload it, but why would you do that now? Let's try that again, shall we? Unload here. That's interesting. It looked like it started to. Oh, so you actually have to put it on yourself to start overloading. Oh, okay. There we go. So now it's on start overloading. That should. Wow, that's going to be a bit frustrating. You've got to continually, if it runs out, you've got to come back in again. So the actual auger itself has got a capacity. So even if you have got the automatic engine start off, that's probably going to get a bit frustrating, I think. You don't want it lifting the auger up too much, but see what the reach is on it. If it'll take that whole pile. Looks like it probably will. It's fairly fast actually, give it its due. The auger speed on that's pretty good. There we go. The screw conveyor by Pycel. Who thought it would be so complicated? I mean, like, to a degree. Yeah, cleared all that, no problem. Nice. I like that. Next, we've got this. This is the TopliftStaja And Trentsysteme. This is by BM Modding and Wopster. This is 49.75 megabytes download. It is like an RT runner pack really, but obviously their version of the TopliftStaja. So the TopliftStaja, it could be Staja actually, is the bottom section, the trailers, and then you've got the Trent box. So you've got Trent tank, Trent box. We've got the Trent tank Octo. And then we've got the Trent tank Jumbo, which is over there. The Octo and the Jumbo are both slurry digestate spreaders and will both spread to 12 metres. They've got different capacities. We'll have a look at those in just a second. And the Trent tank Trent box is like a grain carrier, and that comes in different capacities as well. We've got a double axle. We've got the TS2257. That's 7 slots. We've got the TS3067. Also 7 slots. The Trent box, I didn't write down the slot count for. That was 5. That was 4. And that was 3 slots over there. We'll have a look at them in a bit more detail. Now, if we go up to trailers. We will find the TS2257, 40 grand, 7 slots comes down to 1. The twin axle, we've got the option of Radestein, Trelleborg, Michelin, BKT and back again. Now this is the same on both of them. On all of those tyre choices we've got a standard, a wide, standard 2 and a wide 2. And that's the same I think on all of them, pretty much. Oh, apart from the BKT, it's just standard or wide. There we go. Of course I was proved wrong. And the license plate option on there as well. And then pretty much the same. The TS3067 is 65 grand. The triple axle, Radestein, Trelleborg, Michelin. I'll start with the PKT this time. Yeah, there we go. Same as on the previous one. So those. Then we got the Trent tank, Trent box. 10 grand for the base model. Slot count comes down from 4 to 1. We've got capacity 35,000 litres. That's the shorter one, which would fit nicely onto the double axle. 40,000 litres, you could go both. 45,000 litres would suit better on the triple axle. Then we've got logo dark or logo light, and then we can change the main colour to any on that palette. So depending on what colour you go for, you might want to go for the darker or the light logo. And then we go down to our slurry tanks. And out on the end there, we've got the Trent tank Octo, 29,000 to buy. Slot count comes down from 5 to 1. 12 metre spread width, as I said. We've got capacity 17,500 litres or 21,000 litres. Those are the two options on that. Same thing with this, logo dark, logo bright. Main colour does the chassis and the... Oh, just the chassis, doesn't do the pipes as well. Pipes stay green, but the tank down there, that's the pump, isn't it? Yeah, the pump housing, we can change the colour of that from blue to green or red if you wish. And then we got the Trent tank Jumbo, 42 grand, also 12 metre spread width. This one's got a larger capacity, starts at 20,000 litres or 25,000. Those are the two options, logo dark and light. Main colour does the chassis. Framework and design colour does the tank. Now, I know what people will ask, are these interchangeable? I will say this, the double axle will take the larger boxes or tanks. It would put a lot of weight over the back axle section here because it hangs out a lot further, but it does work. The larger ones, sorry, the smaller one on the larger one does work. However, the rollers on the back here to allow you to unload and unload, it brings it right the way up, and the rollers end up about here, so it doesn't sit flat. It sits up a little bit. It did put it up, it did go onto it, but obviously it's not supposed to really. The smaller one's supposed to go the double axle, the larger one's on there. Now the other question to be asked is, does this work in conjunction with other IT runner-esque packs? Now there are a few, and I haven't tried all of them, but I did try the IT runner pack by Agro Tonho, and I tried the pack by Rowley Christie 1 VSI Modding Sir, and they seem to be pretty much interchangeable. It all seemed to hook up no problem at all. So that's not saying I've tested every single tank, every single back, but I did try a couple and they did seem to work pretty well. So, other thing to note is, if you are loading and unloading full, now a lot of people would argue, but you wouldn't know, you wouldn't load or unload full. If you were running a few of these and you went out to the field, filled up one, came back and you wanted to unload it into the yard for whatever reason, pick up another one, just be aware that when they are fully laden, unless you've got some serious weight on the tractor, you get that. So my advice would be, keep it on the back and only load and unload it empty. That's, but if you are going to, just be aware that it might do that. The load and unload sequence is very neat and tidy. It's we used to get an FS19 and I think a little bit on FS17. We had these, didn't we? Sure we did. Where the rollers would hit the ground and these things could fly across the map. I mean, they could be really horrendous for doing that. Now, I'm not saying these won't do that. I just haven't encountered it while I've been prepping this. Unload. Nice smooth animation on the unload. Very nice indeed. This one does have tip side back or tip side grain door. And then we'll take it off the back as well. Just to show you, dropping off, like I say, we've still got a bit of weight over there, but not too horrendous. Nice smooth on the rollers. Now that could also depend on how rough the ground is you're unloading onto, what angle, there's a whole host of things that could cause you issues, and the whole thing folds back up like so. In essence, an IT run. I mean, that's what it is. But I think IT runner is a brand name, but this is obviously the TopliftStaja. Next, then we'll go to this one first. We'll go to the twin axle, and we'll go to the octo. So we'll hook that up. One's got slurry, one's got digestate, 12 metre spread width. We can activate double application rate, so if you want to get your fertilising done in one go, it will slow the vehicle down and it will get through a lot of fertiliser, slurry or digestate. As you can see, rear steer on the axles makes turning a lot easier. They're really nicely detailed, I have to say. Very cool. So we go, there's our 12 metre with the octo. Nice animation, nice and tidy. Very cool. These will work very well with the pumps and hoses. If you're running pumps and hoses. And then we've got the jumbo. The Trent Tank Jumbo. Larger capacity, still 12 metre spread width. I'm going to put this one double application rate. This one also does have, actually, on the top, we've got open cover. So if you want to go a bit more realistic when you're filling it from tankers, tanks, that kind of thing, you can kind of get the pipe right into there. That's a good point, actually. I don't think that one did. Better double check that. No, it wasn't a cover on that one that opened or closed. So, oh, that was the thing I was to say. Oh. On this one, we've got a sight tube, so when it fills up, that fills up. I think it's only got one that end. But this end, I think that's your marker for how full or empty it is, because there's not a sight tube this end. But there is for filling, whereas this one has got front and rear. Hang on. That. Oh, that there. So you can see your fill level, front and rear. So when you're in the tractor, as you can see, you can while you're going along, you can turn around. I mean, obviously, bottom right, yes, we've got the counter. We can see there, but obviously in the real world, you wouldn't have that. You can see how full or empty you are as you go. So, double application rate, much slower, but you're getting all your fertilising done in one hit. Again, nice animation. Nicely done. Nice pack. TopliftStaja And Trentsysteme By BM Modding and Wopster. Which brings me on to the mod for yesterday, Monday the 3rd. It's the case IH Patriot. This is by Connect Modding, Agro, Tonho and Rodrigo, Alandia. 28.97 megabytes download, 21 slots on console with a 36 meter boom width. Very nicely detailed when you go out and about. The suspension, it's mint. It's really good, the animation on this. We've got the ability to widen track. We can raise and lower the boom once we've got it out. There's no doors or windows that open on this. I don't recall. I don't think so. Animations and sound effects, spot on. Beacon, start it up. Lights, which will look a little bit better once we get the boom open. You will find this under vehicles, under crop protection. It's 259,000, so puts it in the same price bracket as the Gportal. It's got a slightly smaller tank than the Gportal. We've got a 3,500 litre tank. If I swing around this side, I should be able to see just to the left-hand side of the black tank. If we have the reserve tank added, 1,500 takes it from 3,500 litres to 3,700 litres. So you can have a slightly larger capacity on there. And then we've got option of Trelleborg or Michelin. Trelleborg's got a slightly higher ride height, only fractionally, but with the Michelin's on, it's a little bit lower. Those are your options. What I do like though is for filling with open cover. Watch this animation, I love this. That's cool, puts the little cap up on the side. So for filling it up, again you can go a bit more immersive for your filling if you want. Boom, open and closed. Great animation on this too. Takes a bit of time. When you press it first of all, don't panic, it is doing it. Look at that. Awesome. It does look very cool. So track width. You can open and close under there. Again, it's all the bits you don't see or you don't look for, because when you're playing the game you don't really kind of pay attention, because you sort of open the track width if you're going to, and off it goes. On that same one, once the boom is open, swing around. So once our track is open, we can then raise and lower the boom as well. So depending on what crop you're doing, what crop height, you don't want to be spraying your herbicide or liquid fertilizer all over the place. You want it to go directly onto the crop, so you can raise and lower it yourself, like so. Then we've also got width 36 meters, 31 meters, 28.6, 18, or just the center section at 6 meters. So if you wanted to just run the center section, you absolutely can. Now there's no option that I've come across, I don't think, for raising and lowering the boom either side, but it does say in the, I think it says in the description, if I can find it, the bars work following the relief. So as far as I have, trouble is I'm on the map that hasn't got any hills. If you're on a hilly thing, it's supposed to, I think it manually adjusts. I can't say it for definite, it does say that. Optional tanker wheel set opening, we did that. The bars work following relief. Section shut down, we just showed that. And real suspension. What I'm going to do before I actually do any spraying, let's drive along here and look at the suspension underneath. That is brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. In cab, first person. Visibility is good. Pretty much all the way around. You can see right out to your booms. There's a Basil brush joke in there somewhere. And off we go. With our raising and lowering of our boom, if we want, while we go. 36 metres with our shut-offs. But something else I don't mention as well, because I think I often take it for granted. If you hire a worker, it will automatically, as you just saw, put it at the highest height and full boom width. You can't do section control if you're hiring a worker. And that's on most vehicles. It will automatically go to the default setting. So yeah, you won't be able to adjust that if you hire a worker. It just automatically goes out full wallop. Now this one, we haven't got the ability to double apply, I think. No. But another cracking mod from Connect Modding, Agro, Tonho and Rodrigo, Alandia. Put that away. Lovely. And that's it for the mods, my little mod catch up for the last few days. Apologies for the delay. I appreciate if you have stuck with it and you have watched it. If you have found it useful and informative in some way, shape or form, please give us a like. If you don't subscribe yet, please do. If you want to leave a comment, feel free. And if you want to share this video, then please be my guest. Whatever you should choose to do. Thanks for watching.